Look at that, the red board, Wheeler's board. This is what I'm looking at right here. So he pulled a huge second day in our contest, $6,300 listed, 107 items.
Whoa! What's up?
What are you doing listing so much?
I don't know, just hit a crazy listing streak.
That's $6,000 in there? It's actually more, isn't it?
Yeah, 63.71.
I know, I didn't remove the day befores in there, so.
Yeah, that's a little bit more.
That's an expensive tote.
Yep.
So it turned out we got our money out of that stuff.
Yep. I guess that's true. Yeah, that's cool.
We paid like $5,000 for that whole.
I was wondering, do we have any more cameras for that? We must have got some tucked away somewhere because we had like 3 more Yashica mats and 1 Minolta for sure, 100%. So
yeah, I can find them.
Yeah, somewhere.
I can dig in
Not
there.
in the rolly totes.
I'm like a what's that? Like a mole rat? No, what's that? When you go hound dog on your inventory? What's that word?
I don't know. Honey badger.
Honey badger in there and get that stuff for you.
Yep.
Look at that. Week numbers Monday 107. Well, we need like somewhere between 40 and 50 a day, so we're ahead of the wave. What do you mean, ooh man, you just did 107.
40 and 50 a day, man. I can probably do 30 today, maybe 40.
Yeah, but not every day. Not if you do 107.
Yeah.
107's a crazy day. How'd you do it?
I don't know, just worked from midnight to midnight. That works.
No,
Had a little nap in there.
Not straight. What the heck is that?
Rolly Flex.
Metal case.
Tropical case, that's what it is. It actually has an O-ring in there, so it's waterproof. Really? Making it hard to get open.
Water resistant?
No, waterproof.
Oh.
So you gotta break the seal.
It's Wheeler proof today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer here, Tuesday edition of The Crazy Picker Life. So really yesterday sort of was the first day of the contest, even though we started it on Saturday with some numbers and added that to our total. Dealer had an okay day, and I'm going to explain sort of what our new listing strategy is and how that's working. Wheeler got out of the gate and put us in the positive, so we are not chasing the dream. We're ahead of it for the moment, at least. It's going to be impossible to maintain that every day, but hey, good to get a good start. If you notice that some of my camera work and camera cuts is funky, again, I'm on my iPhone here. I hope to change that here in the next coming weeks, because there are so many advantages to having the right camera to do this. The iPhone is a great tool, but it is not the same as having a good vlogging camera for sure. Okay, so I'm going to get my morning started, and then I will be back on here, and it'll just be like that. And I'll talk about our strategy and where is all this inventory that we're going to list for this 3-month period coming from. Do we have it? Where is it? What is it? What am I listing? What am I doing listing camera stuff? All those kind of questions will soon be answered. I need some food and some coffee and organization. Quick accountability. I think we have 17 here going to the post office. I think I'm going to do a quick picking here too. And of course I got a good helper along. Hi Lizzie, how are ya?
Good.
Should we go picking today?
Yeah.
Okay, we might do a quick picking. We got to get back because it's shopping day for snacks. Well, we went into the thrift store. We didn't find a whole lot, but what did we find, Sissis?
A Nikon.
Yeah, Nikon for $5 plus tax. Right off the bat, I looked at it and I'm like, digital camera. We don't buy and sell too many of those that aren't new old stock, mainly because there's so many things that can go wrong with a digital camera, and typically if somebody gives one up, it's either old or there's something wrong with it. So for $5 I'm going to take a chance. Coolpix L340. 20 megapixels, what made me look it up. I turned it on and I could tell that it turned on. I took a picture with it, but even so, something with the sensor can be wrong or whatever. So we'll show this to Wheeler for a few minutes, and if it holds up, it should be a quick 50 though. So it's hard for me now that I'm doing camera stuff and can list this myself tonight to pass that up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna film something.
Yeah, it's like a film fest here.
Film fest, filmception.
Woo, so what do you think?
Oh, pretty good. I don't know. I just looked at, or I didn't look it up, but I was gonna say I said my vlog. That's probably $80, maybe a little bit more.
50 or better.
Yep, seems to work.
So turn it on, take a picture. What else do I need to check? That all the buttons are not broken or something?
Yeah, usually the way to do it.
Screen's not broken.
You open it up, or you turn it on, then you zoom it all the way in, zoom it all the way out. That's usually all I do. I mean, you check the screen, looks fine. You can take a picture with it, whatever. But the main thing is the zoom lens on those. Yeah. I mean, somebody will drop on the lens. The lens is grindy. I mean, that's
and then you can look for like corners that are dinged
yeah.
or
yeah.
whatever. Everything is good.
Yep.
Battery door's on there.
Yep. Seems good.
$5.44 should be a good sell.
Yep, should be.
Lots of camera stuff.
Yep.
Okay, on with the day. Here is Robbie the banker. This is demo mode. Let's see if we can get coin eating mode. All right, Robbie, let's see if we can do it. Oh, he woke up and he ate it. Where did it go?
I don't know.
Gone. Oh, he's licking his lips. Guess that's it. Now, how do we get the coin out? Okay, so those listed up pretty good. I did get this one to work. However, there is some pretty good corrosion in there. I did $19.99 plus shipping on that one, and then these are new in box. There have been some that have gone for 40, 50, 60, and it looks like one was $99.99, and they took an offer. I put these at $79.99. When I put them on sale, they'll dip down to $70. I'm the only one with new ones right now, so I'm going to sit at the top of that heap at $79.99. That's kind of nice. So I showed Wheeler this camera and he got all excited about it. He wants to list it. So I told him if he does good listings today, I'll bring it to him to list. He thinks he can get more than 100 for it. And I'm not against him listing things like this camera, but I just want to get it listed. I don't want to wait 6 months. I want it to be to the front of the heap. That's a problem with some of the camera stuff, and let's see if I can explain what we currently have done. Okay, so you saw some of the inventory downstairs, right? There's also some more. Let me show it to you. I've got my next 10 items listed out here that Kate is going to take pictures of for tomorrow, and then this is a bunch of that Rolleiflex stuff that we're letting sort of air out a little bit. Some of it's musty. So under this table is also probably the equivalent of 25, 26 totes of stuff, all densely sorted and packed. So that is all pretty good stuff. I don't know how many dollars per tote is in there. We do have some estimates for some of that stuff. We wanted to get an estimate of how much stuff there is to list. Certain boxes that we have, we estimate one way. Certain totes that are pre-sorted with really good stuff, we estimate another way. And then let me show you this. Now here is a picture of Wheeler. I don't know where he's looking, that look on his face. This is a climate-controlled storage unit that we have hundreds of miles away from here, somewhere out of state. And if you see here, it's a 10 by 10 unit and it goes 8 or 9 foot high. This was the first go around when we first rented the unit. And then I don't know if I have an updated picture handy, but just imagine this times two, because now we can barely get in there, barely shut it. We repacked the whole thing. It is to the 8-foot limit, and it is full of, I don't know how many boxes. You can do an estimate just looking at this, but that's a lot of stuff. It's tough to find a place in this house where it's quiet. So we ran into a situation a few years back where we can buy a lot of camera stuff from this one contact, and basically we've been building and building this contact where we're one of the ones that gets to get into this place and basically buy as much as we want. It almost feels like as much as we want. We could go again this year, and it would be our third time in 2018. So if we go, wait a minute here. Hi, Kate. What you doing? Kate likes to remain out of the spotlight. She's doing some picturing, so we won't let her bother us. Okay, so we have this relationship, and we went twice this year already in 2018. We bought in February, we bought in May, the end of May, and we could go back again in September or October. The problem is we're not keeping up with it. So we knew this last year. Some of you may remember when we were moving out of our location, we had a whole bunch of boxes sent home. We had a whole bunch of boxes of stuff, and we had been going to this place for a while. So here's what we came up with. We came up with a plan where, let me back up a little bit. So we used to have Wheeler list 95% of the camera stuff. I would list some of the oddball stuff and some of the large stuff, and help out a little bit with some of the stuff we could put on Amazon. And Wheeler would list everything from the greatest down to the least expensive stuff. And the problem is we would rarely get done with it all. We'd back up, and we'd have to really go at it. And the problem is listing cheap stuff doesn't pay much. And listing good stuff, there's not enough good stuff. So our new deal here, and we buy from other places too, we don't just buy from this one place. Our new deal is, if we buy 100 boxes of stuff, half or less of that stuff is premium stuff, and we have Wheeler listing that, and the other half or more is non-premium stuff, and I'm loading up and moving that stuff out as fast as I can, and just making whatever money we can on that. So you can apply this to any picking. Before I did cameras, if I bought 100 items, half those items were better than the other half, and maybe 20% or 30% of those items were really good, and the other 80-70% were so-so. They were good money makers, but I could not find enough of the really good stuff, so I listed the other stuff. Well, we have such a big funnel right now. We're probably the equivalent of 300-400 totes, mail totes behind, that there is enough good stuff just to keep Wheeler busy with $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $100, $200, $500 items. And the rest of the stuff, even though I run into some pretty good items from time to time, $50, $100 items, most of the stuff I'm listing is $20 to $50 in lot form. So that's kind of what it is. And I was going to draw a picture, I guess. I don't know what the picture I was going to draw that was going to make any sense, but basically, if you have a big box of camera stuff, that's your
working with, the stuff that we're buying is all pretty good stuff, but there's 30% of it or 20% of it that's like cream of the crop. That's for Wheeler. And now I buy other stuff besides camera stuff, but I'm being really choosy on it. I'm only picking up the really good stuff. If I had to make a living off that, I could not, but as far as extra money, it's really good. Like those Robbie the Banker things, $20. When it's all sold, I should make $80 profit or something. Dealer is going to be listing all that stuff. Now, the interesting thing about it is when we did the calculations on this, let's just call this 25%, what Wheeler's listing. All my expenses, the stuff is so good, all my expenses come out of that, including paying Wheeler, including paying my other kids, including all my overhead to go get it, vehicle expenses, everything, electricity, our cell phones, computer purchases, postage, all my expenses can come out of that. And right now, that's what's happening, and we've got this huge backstock. So if we were able to list everything we had, it would be even better. I mean, that is paying all my expenses, and I'm still making money, and we're behind like crazy. So it's that good, and that's why we gambit on this, and that's why we keep buying, and that's why I have a storage unit out of state that I'm paying pretty good money to store stuff there month after month after month, and just do that. And then I list all this other stuff, which there seems to be pretty much unlimited. And if I can list $100 to $500 a day, and the 500 might be like during this crazy in-house momentum thing we're doing, that's all profit. Obviously eBay fees, and there's some things in there, but I don't have to list a whole bunch to have a pretty good month. Just if I listed 100 a day, or if I sold 100 a day, well, that's 3,000, 2,500. Let's just call it $2,500 a month. On the other side of that, if I list 500 a day, and that's not necessarily selling it, but sell 500 a day, that's 12,500 a month. A lion's share of that is profit. So that's why I'm listing this low-end lot-up stuff. It's all profit. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm sure I'll get some good comments on that or questions, and we can talk more about that. Wheeler, through working with camera stuff for the last 8 or 9 years and having a passion about it, has developed an expertise level that allows him to work very, very well with this higher end stuff, this specialty stuff, the good stuff, the cake. And to give you an example, he listed 107 pieces yesterday for $6,000 or something like that. That's like $60 or $55 a piece. That's good stuff, right? Most of it is first class shipping. There's a few priority mail pieces in there. That's really, those are good, solid pieces. We clicked off and sold a couple of those today already. So, momentum is starting. My stuff, today we sold 3 pieces. Most of it's profit. I think it was like $80 or $90 sold. So I'm just getting wound up on this. We had a couple of days that were in the 150 to 200 range. We're just getting started here. I've put this into motion in the last month and a half. It hasn't been too long. Before then, I was kind of racking my brain on how to approach this, and I was getting rid of all the stuff that I had to list from when I was buying other stuff. So I don't know if that clarifies everything, but that gives you some idea on our new strategy. we're hoping this momentum contest is like head above water. We're hoping to get to the point in 3 months, end of September, where I feel like buying more, because I don't want to keep going backwards. We gotta turn this thing around some, where we're not just buying another storage unit or something like that. To me, there's a certain possibility, retirement fund, fee, whatever there, but we had not been listing fast enough since the start of the year, and we're going to turn that around. That's the plan. We'll talk about it again soon, I'm sure. So that's that. Now, will we be doing this forever? I don't know. I really like to pick other things and list other things besides camera stuff. I've got some other ideas down the road, but for now, you got to go where the opportunity is, and I'm still out there looking for other stuff. I went out today and I picked at the thrift store, and strangely, I picked up this camera, but it could have been anything that I picked up that would have made money. So I'm always looking, but let's go with it, right? So how is momentum going for us? Pretty well. We're only third day in, and today definitely had some blowback. Yesterday we both worked really hard. I think I'm at, I don't know where I put it, 4 listings. Oh, there it is. 5 listings, but I've got some pretty good stuff in there. I'm almost at $300, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but like I said, all my stuff there's no money in it. It's you could call it almost zero. Robbie the Bankers, I had $20 in. That's an anomaly right now. I'm going to list another 7 or 8 items tonight, and I know there's some good ones in there. And so as long as I keep doing that, I mean, it's really good money. Just what I do on these camera lots and things like that is I'll start out either with a buy it now or a little higher auction and gauge interest, and if it sells, great. If it doesn't, the next time, boy, I cut that thing down in price, or I cut the auction starting at 99 cents, and if it doesn't make it there, I throw it out. So many of the things I can tell what's going to happen, but some of them you just don't know, and I'm getting better at it too. And it really doesn't matter, because like I said, I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of boxes full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items, and they just don't, they're not worth anything. They didn't cost us anything. They're worth something to somebody, some of them. Lots of cameras. All right, we're not going to check in with Wheeler. He's working on finishing up some Rolleiflex filters, and like I said, if he gets done, I'm going to give him this camera to list. He can get $100 out of it. He wants to put it on his channel or the Canon Guy channel, our main camera channel, because then he gets his commission off that. If I list it, he doesn't. So I don't have a problem with that. Either way, it's a win-win. I just want it listed. Okay, a little bit of a ramble, different vlog today. My vlogs are going to be all over the map. I don't know if it's valuable to you. If it is, I appreciate the thumbs up, and I have been seeing the thumbs up. Thank you for that. You can leave a comment or a question. We will do a question and answer session at some point. Might be a couple weeks, might be a week and a half. I've seen the comments. I appreciate all the encouragement and the welcome backs. It's nice making vlogs. It's nice knowing there's people out there doing similar things. This is an interesting business where we don't see a lot of people, but we can communicate in a certain way through the YouTube thing. So it's nice knowing there's other people going through the same challenges, business, buying and selling. During our travels in the last 8 or 9 months, we did get recognized and ran into probably 5 or 6 people. So that was interesting in multiple states, including South Carolina, Colorado, Wisconsin, someplace else. I don't remember. But we're out there and we do run into people, so that's kind of fun. Okay, I think I'm going to end this vlog. I'm going to list some more items. I'm still working on trying to remember how to upload pictures and put together videos and upload videos. I'm not in the groove, and this iPhone is different. I have to adjust the volume. There's a lot of little hanky-panky to get it to even be watchable. Like right here, I'm shaking this thing. I can tell every time I hit my table or my chair, it shakes like this. I was waiting for 8 or 10% eBay bucks to order a camera. That happened today. I did order my old brand of camera back, so I should have that next week sometime. And then, whoa, watch out, back to full capacity. Who knows what the possibilities are? I might just be spinning like this in my chair. Did you guys see my puffer fish, by the way? Oh, yeah. Gotta like the $2 puffer fish or the $1 puffer fish taxidermy job. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in this office. A lot of it's for sale. Some of it isn't. So I get to enjoy some of the cooler pieces before they sell. And of course, some of the things like the Schlitz sign up there is not for sale. Pick well, list often. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you haven't. The craziness will continue. Dealer's out of here, and that's me.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.